I've just seen something else that ticks me off. So Piers Morgan annoys me. He's a grumpy old man that seems to hate everyone. I don't know, but all I really know about him is that he hates Meghan, and for me, I don't understand why. I didn't see any cause. I think it was very unfair, and I think it was incredibly rude. And he just seems like a grumpy old man that's probably jealous of how good she looks in comparison to him. So that's kind of my thoughts on him. But I don't know. I don't like listening to him. I wouldn't listen to him. I wouldn't listen to any of his shows. But I've just found a video where they're saying that all his shows are just about him interviewing people and then attacking people. I'd kind of want to make a mockery out of him. So I would love to talk to him and say that I'm God and just because I know he wants to attack people, and I like the idea of people attacking me because I'm their judge at the end of the day. So anything they say against me, when you die, you do realize that I can intervene and I can control where you're going to go next. So I like people attacking me verbally, not physically. But yeah, this kind of just pisses me off because I know that he protects Islam and he doesn't see any faults in it. I don't know why he's like that. I don't know why people would defend Islam. I think even if you by just simply defending Islam, you're showing kind of colours inside you that you're willing to defend the wrong kind of people. But anyway, I just want to show a video.
I think over the years, when you see it again, you will have a very different take. Watch.
I'm not coming here to have a slandering match with you because that doesn't get this cause anywhere. I want to do a public service. I want to address the issues. I want to talk about why we've got dead kids in Manchester. I want to prevent what's happening. I'm coming for you I can pick things with your history. You're involved in one of the biggest media scandals in the country's history. I'm not here to do that with you. I think what you've done over the last 3 weeks, you've repeated what I've said for 10 years, speaking better English. And in 3 years' time, you'll be repeating what I'm saying now because you're all playing catch-up. Okay. I have seen this. I'm not talking about what I read in a book. I'm talking about my life experience. I'm talking about growing up in a town plagued by Islamic extremism.
I understand this. Let me just keep this calm, right? Because you are an influential lawyer. You are an influential
And at every opportunity I point out that you should not attack innocent Muslims.
I think he is going over the top, but I think it's because he realises that there is actually a very big issue. And yeah, I feel this adrenaline sometimes. When you've got a topic that's such a serious thing, you feel this way, and you don't want to be calmed down. You want it to be exposed.
Every opportunity, right. Every single time. I differentiate Muslims from Islam, right?
But what you don't do...
differentiate Muslims.
Muslims are people. Islam is an idea.
Yeah.
Islam is an idea.
Now, I would actually say that Muslims are people who accept Islam. So technically, there isn't much of a difference between Muslims and Islam because Muslims are people who follow Islam. So therefore, they are the same thing. And I know that there is a difference between Islamic people and Muslims because I would say Islamic people are people who take Islam far more seriously. Muslim sometimes can just be a loose term, like you could say you're a Christian and a man of the book. If you say you're a man of the book, it usually means that you're kind of a preacher or you take the book seriously. Whereas if you're a Christian, you might say I'm a Christian, but I don't really believe in Adam and Eve. So you're not really a man of the book because you don't believe in it. So I would say Islam represents more of a stronger tie to the Islamic beliefs, whereas Muslim can be a loose term. It can be a strong term, or it can be, a strong term as in I follow Muhammad and stuff, or it can be a loose term. I'm calling myself this because I don't believe in Jesus and I believe in God, but I'm not really too sure. It can be mild.
A bad idea.
And
Islam is a
Muslims
faith.
follow.
No, it's an idea.
It's a faith.
It's an idea that you can change your mind.
No, it's a faith. Like Christianity.
Like Scientology.
It's like all faiths.
Like
It's a
Scientology.
religion. It's a faith.
Like Scientology.
So
I feel like that conversation just gone completely ridiculous because it's a faith. It's a faith. Yeah. So what if it's a faith? Whatever. I don't get that. This is a stupid argument.
Tommy, if you're saying that the problem is with Islam, are you accepting that you're Islamophobic?
Because there are 100 verses in this.
Yes or no? Are you Islamophobic?
There's no such word as Islamophobia.
Okay, now that pisses me off. I'm a proud Islamophobic. I'm proud to be Islamophobic. Do you know why? Because I know what Islam does. Islam goes into countries and it kills people if it doesn't worship that faith. Islam rapes children. Islam says it's fine to marry 9-year-olds and children, and it marries them off. Islam is a disgusting religion full of violent people. Now, okay, there might be some okay people, but these people are blind, ignorant, and they don't believe that getting women to dress up like black pine cones is oppressive. They are stupid. Therefore, I am a proud Islamophobic. I have no problem with saying this. I have no problem with and calling myself this. I am proud to call myself this because I don't think there should be any shame in being Islamophobic. And I'm hugely against Islam. I'm hugely against the beliefs and what their practices are. I'm hugely against Sharia law, which is basically just man's sick laws with barbaric practices mixed with lies and false things about God. It's just a bunch of bullshit that has had huge amounts of disgusting things within it. And I am proud to be Islamophobic because it means that I'm awake enough to see the truth. Now, if you are not as Islamophobic, tell me why. That's what I want to. I would love to ask that woman, so you're not Islamophobic? I can't even say the word. So you're not an Islamophobic? Why? Oh, so you think it's fine to marry for 9-year-olds to marry 40-year-olds? Oh, you think it's fine to kill people if they don't worship Allah? Oh, you think it's fine to... What other ones that force women to dress inappropriately and kill them if they show their ankles? Oh, you think it's fine for women to be locked into the houses and to have no windows and basically be chained to the house or not to be allowed to walk down the streets unless they've got a chaperone? Oh, you think it's fine to own women? Oh, you think it's fine to marry children? And all that, I don't know what other things there are. It's just a big, long list of things. And what? You're not afraid of it? You're not afraid that if you insult Muhammad that someone's going to stab you? Really? You're not afraid that if you say that Muhammad is a false prophet or if Muhammad is a terrorist? If you tell an Islamic person that Muhammad is a terrorist, you're not afraid that they might kill you? And isn't that just the truth? It's just like, I am Islamophobic because I know what Islam is about. Now, if you do not know what Islam is about, then you need to shut the fuck up and learn and stop thinking that being Islamophobic is a bad thing. And I can't stress this enough, and it's just, it's annoying.
Phobia is an irrational fear. It's not irrational to fear these things. Now, if I hold this book up and say, there will never be peace on this earth so long as we have this book, it's a violent and cursed book. That's wrong. Can I tell you who said that? Can I tell you who said that? Sir William Gladstone said that. Sir William Gladstone said that. The Bible. Show some respect. Show some respect.
People don't really, Christians don't really take the Bible that seriously. I know some do, but there's a lot of things that are shit in the Bible. But a lot of Christians have moved on from it, and we say that it's Old Testament, that they say, not me, they say that Jesus, paid the price, and all the sacrifices and things that happened in the past, Jesus paid the price, so you don't need to have any torture. He's supposed to end all the crap in it, and therefore it's not the same thing. Because Muhammad did not end the bad practices and the barbarity. He actually enforced it. He went to war many times. He killed lots of people. He raped people. He forced married women and children as well. And I don't know what stories are necessarily true and what's not, but I know the stories about him are bad, and the stories about Jesus are just someone who's a bit of a false preacher. But he didn't do anything bad, and therefore to think that, what, you wouldn't say that about the Bible, so why would you say it about Islam? Are you Islamophobic? Yeah, and I would like to know, are you not? Why are you not? Are you mad? Are you stupid? Are you blind? Are you a robot? Are you dumb? I mean, that is the only thing that makes sense. Or maybe brainwashed, or maybe you just don't want to upset your viewers. I don't even know if it would be a good idea for me to talk to Piers Morgan, because I don't want people to know that I'm hugely proud of being Islamophobic. I want people to think that I possibly like it, and therefore if Piers Morgan is if his role is basically just to piss people off, wind people up and anger people, he will definitely bring out the truth in me, and I will be very insulting towards him if he's not Islamophobic. What? So you don't fear that if you say that Muhammad wasn't telling the truth, that someone might stab you? You don't fear that might happen? Well, lucky you, because I think you're actually just very blind and ignorant if you don't think that would happen.
Show some respect. Have you read this book, people? Have you read this?
Show some respect? What? Should I show some respect to Islam? Why should I show respect to Islam when a lot of their people who are Muhammad's Muslims, they rape 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds. Should I show respect to 11-year-old rapists, people who lock children in rooms, get them drunk, get them hooked on drugs, and then sell them off to all their buddies? Should I respect people like that? Is that a respectful person?
There's 100 verses in this book that incite violence and murder against us.
Show some damn respect.
And Lauren, then I guess Piers.
You know what I find is disgusting is I watched this from the beginning, and there's a bit where he says, when he started waving the Quran around, that's when I knew he was a joke or something. I can't remember what he says.
He was one of the more vocal people about that. There's no question. He's not, as he puts it, the only one that was doing it. There was a very courageous journalist at the Times who recently died, sadly, who led the way with the mainstream media. So it's not true the mainstream media ignored that story, but there was a collective failure of government, of police, and a lot of the media to actually properly go after that scandal. One of the worst scandals of modern times. So that is clear. And Robinson was right about that. I'm not saying he's wrong about everything, but this guy is not the little Mother Teresa walking around in bother boots that he'd like everyone in America to believe. And so many of them have fallen for this mythology about Tommy Robinson. His name isn't Tommy Robinson.
I don't know where he says it. There is a part where he says, when he started waving the Quran around, I don't know what it... I need to say it.
The first alarm bell. But he's a convicted football hooligan, convicted fraudster. He's been in jail.
I think that people are after him and they're convicting him for things that are unfair because they don't want him to reveal the truth about how there's a huge amount of robots that are humans that are just emotionless, dumb, stupid. They're all over the social services. They're all over the police force. People who only care about their salaries, and they don't want people like him speaking up because they don't want real people talking for them because they're going to be exposed for the robots that they are.
Recently, not because he was being silenced from telling the truth about anything.
He was telling the truth about everything in that little clip. He was literally telling the truth about how there's 100 verses in that Quran about how that enforces violence, and this is what Muslims call themselves. They call themselves Muslims because they read this book and they know about it and they accept it. Now, okay, not all of them are entirely aware of this. I know some Muslims are literally shocked at the idea that Muhammad married a child. I've seen it on videos and they seem genuinely like they had no clue. So I know that there are some very ignorant Muslims out there, but I know that he was not lying what he was saying.
But because he continued to promote and propagate lies about a young Syrian boy, right?
A young Syrian boy that he can't talk about because the courts are going to put him in jail. Why? Why would you be put in jail for talking about something you believe has a young Syrian boy has done? I don't understand why the courts would prosecute him for this. Maybe there's something wrong with releasing a video that might not be truth, but I don't think that, that's, what's it, the Channel 4 released that thing about Bonnie Blue. I don't think she's had sex with 1,000 people. I think she's had sex with about 50, maybe 100, probably 57 if I was to guess an actual number. But I don't think she had sex with 1,000 people. But yeah, the cameras can talk about this, and yet if it's him making a story about a Syrian boy that he believes is the truth, why would he be silenced from something like that? And you're making it just a mockery.
And so I watch the way he gets lauded in America and think, this is ridiculous. I've challenged him to come on.
I think he's ridiculous.
censored again. We had a fiery debate on Good Morning Britain many years ago in which he came on and waved the Quran, which I thought
He came on and waved the Quran.
was pathetic, and told him so to his face.
So you thought it was pathetic, did you? Did you think him saying this? Let's go back to that clip. This is him pathetic, is it?
Shut him down because both Piers and Susanna are massively out of their depth discussing these issues with Tommy, who is incredibly smart. Yes or no? Are you Islamophobic?
There's no such word as Islamophobia. Phobia is an irrational fear. It's not irrational to fear these things. Now, if I hold this book up and say, there will never be peace on this earth so long as we have this book, it's a violent and cursed book. That's Can I tell you who said that? Can I tell you who said that?
He's right. This is not him waving insanity. This is him telling the truth. There will never be peace on earth if people worship this religion. Now, I am personally affected by this religion because I know that spiritually I am Israel, I am Jerusalem, and the reason why there is things in that book that says you must kill Jerusalem and you can only win, Islam can only conquer the world if you destroy Islam is because you have to destroy me and you have to kill me. Now, therefore, Islam is a personal insult on me because they want to kill me. And I know that they want to kill me because spiritually I'm linking to so many different things. I'm linking to the majority of films and songs and things in my daily life. Huge amounts of singers are linking to me, including this book, including Christianity. Only Jesus is linking to me in kind of ways, not in his actual life, but in the Christ story. And in that book, in the Quran, I am Jerusalem, I am the thing that they are trying to kill. And he is not waving it about, oh, it's just stupid. No, he's not stupid. He is telling the truth. And to say that you're not, you're just winding me up.
Sir William Gladstone.
Right, you wouldn't do that with,
Sir William
would
Gladstone.
you do that with the Bible? Show some respect.
If he does that with the Bible, it's actually got some truth to it. I am Christ. And yes, there are some terrible things in the Bible. If he says that he waves the Bible around and says there's some terrible things in here, yes, no one would attack him because they know that it's the truth. But if you do it to the Quran, what, you can't? You're going to get attacked for that? There will never be peace if people continue to worship this book, because this book is anti-me and it is telling people that you need to be against me. And I understand why the Jews don't like Islamic people, because their book is about killing them, and I can understand this because it's actually about me, killing me.